Good afternoon, KELOLAND. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Start with our dew point temperatures as we still have some humidity in the air. Numbers are in the 60s in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. We'll probably interact with this humidity as we go through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. More details on that coming up as we begin midday in KELOLAND.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, Midday in KELOLAND.
A South Dakota woman is following her dreams of opening up a coffee bus, how she's bringing her family along for the ride. And the jury selection for Hunter Biden's federal trial over felony gun charges is underway. CBS's Skylar Henry is outside the courthouse with details. Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. A murder suspect has made his first court appearance this morning in Charles Mix County. 18-year-old Mackenzie Antelope is accused of killing a person on May 21st at the Landing Strip Motel in Lake Andes. According to court records, it wasn't Antelope's first run-in with the law. There was also a warrant for his arrest in an attempted murder case in October of last year. Sioux Falls police are investigating an early morning shooting that sent a teenager to the hospital. Officers were called around 3 a.m. to an area on East 6th Street just east of Veterans Parkway. Police say a 16-year-old boy was meeting someone in an apartment parking lot. When he got there, police say there were several other people in the car, and at some point, one person pulled a gun and shot the teen in the torso. The boy was taken to the hospital with serious, non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, police are still looking for the person who fired the gun. Turning now to a first look at your midday forecast with meteorologist Scott Mudd. Not too bad of a day out there. Going to be a bit warm later on, though.
Yeah, feel like summer. How about
does.
that? Yeah, temperatures into the 80s for afternoon highs. Dew point temperatures will also be warm. We have some of us still in the middle 60s in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND, so you will feel that humidity. And this is all happening with mostly sunny skies stretching from central and eastern KELOLAND. Clouds may be a little thicker in the western South Dakota, and that's an area that we will watch for scattered showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon and this evening. Rainfall amounts over the past 24 hours, about a tenth of an inch in Sioux Falls, maybe a little heavier just north of the city. Close to a quarter in Mitchell and in Huron. Now keep in mind, these are just 1 point on a map. Of course, we had some heavier rains move through Lake Poncet yesterday evening, with amounts of 4 inches being recorded on the southeastern side of the lake. Watertown at over an inch over the past 24 hours, and you see the numbers in central and western South Dakota, less than a tenth of an inch. We'll add to those numbers tonight and into tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now are in the 70s and 80s. We're at 81 in Sioux Falls and Chamberlain, 80 in Pierre and Winter. Currently 74 degrees in Rapid City. You see those dew point numbers in the low to middle 60s in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. Anytime we get into the 60s, you'll feel that humidity, and that's what we have going on early this afternoon. Light winds across eastern KELOLAND. They do pick up in the central and western South Dakota, and expect these strong winds to return over the next couple of days. That's where I do want to show you here on Futurecast. As we hit the afternoon for tomorrow, we'll have northwest winds with gusts of 40 miles per hour or more to cover central and northern KELOLAND. As we do get into your Wednesday afternoon, notice some strong northwest winds for just about everybody. And I think the strong winds will continue in eastern KELOLAND as we go through the day on Thursday. In the meantime, let's enjoy these relatively light winds for today with temperatures in the 80s for afternoon highs, underneath mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. I'll have more details on your KELOLAND live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The first 7 days of June are annually National CPR and AED Awareness Week. An EMS educator with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue says step one in an emergency situation is call 911. And if the victim is not breathing or not breathing normally, push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives.
When somebody's heart stops, they have 600 seconds to survive this event. That's it, 10 minutes. So when you start CPR, the faster you start, the greater chance of survival. So for example, if you start within a minute of their collapse, they basically have a 90% chance of survival.
We'll tell you how the city of Sioux Falls compares to the national average when it comes to survival rate of cardiac arrest tonight on KELOLAND News. A woman from T is leaving her corporate job to follow a lifelong dream. Andrea Abu worked in insurance for many years, but after encouragement from her family, she opened a coffee bus. And while it's her dream, it's become an adventure for the whole family.
But then I think also my daughter. We've kind of learned the ropes together, and just meeting the right people has really been supportive to helping us.
In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Summer Roddershot tells us about why Abu started coffee and more, and the special things that the bus offers. Jury selection is underway in Hunter Biden's federal trial in Delaware. The president's son is accused of lying on a federal form about his drug use while purchasing a firearm. Skylar Henry has more details from Washington, D.C.
Hunter Biden arrived at the federal courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware for the start of his trial on felony gun charges. The president's son is charged with making false statements when he bought a gun in October 2018, claiming on a federal form he was not using or addicted to drugs. He's also charged with unlawfully possessing the gun as a drug user. The charges carry the possibility of prison time.
These types of offenses are rarely charged and even more rarely would actually go to trial.
The trial comes less than a year after a plea deal fell apart, with the judge questioning whether the deal shielded Biden from future charges as well. Hunter Biden's attorneys plan to try to make the case their client had undergone rehab and did not consider himself a drug addict at the time he bought the gun. Prosecutors are planning to call his ex-wife as well as Hallie Biden, Hunter's romantic partner at the time and widow of his brother Beau, as a witness.
That testimony from his closest family and friends is going to be used against him as a basis for putting him in prison. So regardless of how this comes out, even if he's acquitted, this is not going to be a pleasant experience, to say the least.
President Biden issued a statement saying, "As the president, I don't and won't comment on pending federal cases. But as a dad, I have boundless love for my son, confidence in him, and respect for his strength." First Lady Jill Biden is at the courthouse for opening day of the trial. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
The trial is expected to last about 2 weeks. If convicted, Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison and fines of up to $750,000.